tuning into TTV. I'm your host, Toya, and today is Freedom Friday and also day 5 of this cleanse. And so I've been coming on here just giving you an idea of what to expect, what's been going on, how I've been doing as far as the cleanse goes, and today is no exception. So before I get started though, please remember I am not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional. So talk to your doctor before you start this or any other cleanse. Talk to your pharmacist about drug interactions with, as far as the intaking of food, not intaking food, all of that, because that's not me. I'm here just providing information and letting you know about my journey experience. Okay, so day 5. So by the time day 5 comes along, you should be feeling better. You should feel significantly better. Okay, your bowels should be moving. You shouldn't have an issue with that. Let's see. You shouldn't be so gassy and bloated. You actually shouldn't be gassy or bloated at all come day 5. All of that should start really coming out, unless this is your first cleanse. Which, if this is your first cleanse, you may still be feeling a little weighed down. You may still be feeling a little gassy and stuff. But that's when you basically come to the decision whether or not you want to continue on this cleanse. So you have the option, because you can do this cleanse for up to 30 days. I recommend 3 at the very bare minimum, and then 5, is a really good amount of time for you to do this. The longest I've ever done it was 14 days, so 2 weeks. And I could have went longer. I could have went longer when I did that, but it was my son's birthday. My family was freaking out about me doing it, so that's why I came off of it after the 14 days. But I felt fine. I felt great. I was doing my daily activities. Nothing had changed. So I was okay. And even with the fact yesterday, because I was busy, I was working. I was busy working, and I'm really involved in what I was doing because I was working with this consumer credit stuff, and I was really involved with it. And so I didn't even drink. No, I think all I drank was like half of my lemonade drink yesterday, and I was still okay. It wasn't like I was starving. And some people may say, well, that's just your body getting used to the lack. Well, let my body get used to the lack, because then it get into these reserves. But no, don't do that. Don't do that for real. I really should have drank all of it. Yesterday was the one time I didn't. So, but basically on the 5th day is when I make that decision. Do I need to continue on? Or do I want to start to come off of this? Now, just because there's a lot going on in my family, we had a passing in the family, and I don't know exactly what that's going to mean for me for this weekend and all next week. I'm just going to come off. And the way to come off of it is tomorrow I'm going to be drinking nothing but orange juice. And then come Sunday, I will have orange juice in the morning, and then I'll start incorporating like a salad. If I do okay with the salad, then I'll go ahead with the soup. Now, I will be honest with you guys. I think I've only come off that way maybe twice and all the time I did this cleanse. So that's the proper way. Does that mean that's the way I'm gonna end up doing it tomorrow? I don't know. And the reason I say that is because I don't know what's going on as far as the family. So I may or may not. I don't know. But my goal is is to come off the proper way. So I'm gonna drink orange juice all day tomorrow. And then the next day I can have a salad. And if I do okay with the salad, then I was going to make me some the lentil and barley soup, which I made on here before. So it's a video on here before if you want to go watch it. It's like my go-to. It's my favorite. And then I saw somebody do this one with jackfruit. It was a jackfruit stew. It looks so good. So I'm going to have to try that one, because that one might be one of my new favorites as well. And I might have to put the 2 of those in rotation. But we're going to see. But yes, so one of the things that I do, I didn't get to do much as far as my hobbies, okay? Because I'm really trying to work on this consumer credit stuff and go after these creditors. So I really didn't do anything as far as like painting or making jewelry or nothing. I really didn't do any of that. All I did was that little bit y'all saw, and it's been sitting there just like that since I showed y'all. It's been sitting there. So I haven't even painted that and glued it down in place. None of that. Let's see, what else did I want to talk to y'all? But that's something you can do. What to expect on the last day? Okay, so on the last day, like I said, you should be getting through your bowels should be moving good, and it really shouldn't be too much coming out. It's really just the cleansing, the cleaning up, and allowing the stuff in your because it comes out of your small intestines to your large intestine, whichever one. I can't remember if it's the small first or the large first. I think it's the large and then to the small. I think that's how it goes. So, but anyway, whichever one is the first, you're going to have all that waste coming down into the second. So, you may or may not be, having, clean bowels. But anyway, just keep going if that's what you choose to do. Let's see, what else? I didn't sleep well last night. And it wasn't because of the cleanse, because I was sleeping really good. But my neighbor, because I live in a manufactured home, so it's a community. And my neighbor likes to light a fire. Well, when he lights the fire, it's right outside my bedroom window. And because it's fall and I can't stand air conditioning, like I love it for its purpose, but when it's time to turn it off, I turn it off and open the windows because I prefer the fresh air. So when it gets to the point where it's that time, I like to leave my windows open, which is like now. And so he set the fire, but he put it out, and just like 1:30 in the morning, I could smell the smoke coming in, and I just couldn't sleep because I kept smelling smoke. And it woke me up out of my sleep. So y'all can imagine, you smell smoke in the middle of your sleep. You waking up like, what's going on? And then I couldn't get back to sleep until like probably 5 o'clock. I don't know. And then I wanted to make sure I got up. So I really haven't gotten much sleep. So that's kind of why I'm like a little out of it. And like I said, I feel good. So it's not because of the cleanse and not drinking all of that, but it's just because of that. I was sleeping good too. I mean, not out. But yeah, that's basically it. Now, like I said, I don't think I'm going to continue because of the fact of everything that's going on with the family. Because we call her our aunt. Because my dad grew up with her like a sister. So we've always called her an aunt, even though she's really a cousin. But still, she's going to be very missed. And yeah. So, as a family, we're working on that. And I don't know how things are going to go. So, I'm just going to discontinue the cleanse. I'm trying to make sure that that's all I really had for you guys. I want to make sure I didn't have anything else. Make sure you're journaling. Any emotions and stuff that come up, that you try to work through them, because that's the point of the cleanse, is to cleanse not only your body but your spirit as well, and your emotions. So journal, continue to meditate so that you can manifest whatever it is that you want to call into your life. Clarity. By this time you will have clarity. There's a lot of clarity that comes with this. Sometimes more than you expect. Sometimes more than you expect. And for me, the voice of my ancestors is stronger when I'm clean. When my body is clean, my ancestors' voice are stronger. And yeah, they share some stuff with me. Like I heard clear. They share some stuff with me. And my ancestors, I can see all the way back to their originals. So all the way back to the very original, the very beginning. And it's funny because they really want me dealing with my mama's side, not necessarily my father's side. And I don't know why I'm telling y'all this, but I'm telling y'all. So they presented themselves to me finally, like it took some time, but they presented themselves to me. And, I asked my grandmother what her name was, and she said Gigi. Well, I looked up Gigi. Gigi means earth worker, but that was her name. It was Gigi. Then my grandfather, and like I said, these are the originals. He comes to me, he tells me his name is Orpheus. I said, oh no, you're wrong. That's not your name. Like, I must be hearing you wrong. That can't be it. Like, you said, no, don't nobody name their kid Orpheus. What? So, I'm telling my grandfather what his name is not. But anyway, his is Orpheus. And for whatever reason, I have a blockage on it as far as what it means. I have to look it up every single time. So let me do that. If I'm my dyslexia. There it is. I ain't even had to type all of it. It was right there. Beautiful voice. That's what I remember. It was beautiful voice, and it was also Darkness of Night. Yep, Darkness of Night. And it's Greek. Um, the Greeks took the name, which means it probably came from Egypt or Sumer or something like that, because you know the Greeks stole a lot of that. But yeah, beautiful voice, and or the Darkness of Night. So you got the Darkness of Night and you got the Earth Worker. But I just thought that was funny, and I figured I'd share it with you guys. How I told my grandfather that that's not your name. I ask you what your name is, you tell me, and I say that's not your name. But anyway, let's see. So like I said, you get the clarity of that. Um, and even on some of the pathways, like as far as this consumer stuff that I'm doing, they have revealed so much stuff to me that I thought I was doing wrong, and they like, no honey, you're doing exactly what we need you to do, because this is how it's going to work. So that's beautiful. Oh, that was one thing I did want to share with you guys too. So one of the things I do to try to prepare to come off and get myself in the right mindset, I told y'all I was watching documentaries on food because I really want to stop eating the meat, seafood, and dairy and stuff. I don't want to go back to it. If I do go back to it and have it every blue moon, I'm not gonna kill myself over it. I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. But my goal is to not do any of that. Period. Especially when my ancestors provided some additional information on me and who I am. It's like I don't feel right about it. I really don't feel right about it now. So I don't want to go back to any of that. As far as what's in my house, I feel bad because I told my son to buy me some shrimp. So here's a bag of shrimp just before I started this cleanse. And I mean just before I started this cleanse. Because I had a bunch of food in the refrigerator I was trying to get rid of. So I gave to my sister and ate what I needed for that day, and then that was it. And I asked him to get me this bag of shrimp, and now I don't know what to do with it. He can eat it, but I feel bad that I had him get it. But just looking at the documentaries and seeing the impact of the meat is having on the world, okay? Like for the indigenous people who are losing a lot of their forestry, for the animals that are losing the forestry, for the animals that are losing their lives, or the ocean and how it's becoming depleted. They believe that some of the species that we eat commonly as far as fish goes is going to disappear. I don't think it will disappear completely in the wild. You'll still probably have the farm raised stuff, but yeah, they're going to disappear in the oceans. We're not going to have a lot of the fish that we fish. We're not going to have, and they're seeing a decrease in a lot of the larger fish in there. So like the whales and dolphins and things like that, because they don't have the ocean doesn't have the food in order to sustain them. It's kind of like with my battery light. Okay, because y'all, my battery will go low and my computer will shut down. It's kind of like if you look at the goldfish. A goldfish is only going to grow to its environment. So if you have it in a small bowl, it's only going to stay a small size. If you take that from that small bowl and give it like maybe a 5 gallon, it's going to grow to expand to where it's comfortable in that 5 gallon, and then it'll stop. If you put it in 10 gallon, it'll grow until it reaches the spot for the 10 gallon, and then it will stop. Same thing with a 20, and if you keep going up. But if you keep it in that small little bowl, it will never grow. It's only going to sustain itself in that little bowl. And that's kind of like with the ocean, except for it's the ocean. So a lot of those fish, the ocean is only going to produce the amount of fish that it can hold and care for in its ecosystem to keep it balanced. And when you get lower than that, then you're not supplying the food source for those larger animals that need it, and so they die off and you have fewer. So it makes sense. It makes sense from an eco standpoint, and I don't want to contribute to that anymore. I really and truly don't. I don't want to contribute to that. And some of the videos I've been watching have been breaking my heart. But sometimes I feel you need that pain to remember why you're doing what you're doing. I'm not saying that for you to go down that journey. It's your decision. You grow and make your own choices. This is just a choice I made, and it's one of the things I'm doing to help myself stay on track with what it is I'm trying to do, or what it is I'm going to do when I need to do. The other thing is I do look at recipes. I'll go through and look at recipes to get me excited about coming off and going down the path that I want, which is to eat healthier. So I'll look up a lot of recipes and save them. Like my Instagram will be full of it because that's what I'm looking at for 2 days. I'm looking at a bunch of food recipes. So jackfruit and chickpeas are about to be my new best friend. I done seen where they did curry. I saw a jackfruit tuna. Like I haven't seen that one. Like where do you get that from? And I was looking it up. I think it's something that they sell in Britain, but it's jackfruit that's been soaking in oils and rosemary and thyme and some other stuff, and they kind of use that in place of tuna. I'm like, I could do that myself. I don't need to buy that. I could do that myself. And actually, I don't think I want to use all that oil too, because eventually I'm gonna go back to being nutritarian. So I'm still going to put in practice some of the nutritarian. I don't want to say rules, but guidelines. I'm just not going to fully implement it until I get accustomed to getting back to just really eating like this. Not that I really have a lot of oil. The only time I have a lot of oil in my diet is from frying stuff. And again, something else I want to kind of stay away from. Let's see what else. I think that's all I have for you guys. So just keep those things in mind if you decide to do a cleanse. Even if you don't, still there's some things that you can keep in mind. Let me make a note because this video is getting long. I will explain the nutritarian, if I can get a pen that writes. I will explain what the nutritarian diet is for you guys tomorrow. Because I want to end this video. I don't want to be too long because then it's going to take forever to upload. And, I already had 2 days with YouTube giving me problems with that. I don't want a third. So I love you and I will talk to you tomorrow.